Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the Force Feed, the show where I keep you up to date on all the most recent gaming news and announcements. Today is Friday, December 30th, and we will be discussing Myst comes to the 3DS, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2, the UK's Ministry of Defence looks to modern day shooters to increase the realism of their simulators, and then lastly, Anonymous threatens Sony. The very popular Myst will be making it to the 3DS next year. Now you've got the opportunity to play your favorite childhood game in the third dimension. How exciting. Of course, Myst is known for being the game that brought the fantasy adventure genre to the mainstream casual gamer, and now that it is available on the 3DS, it will be something that you can play on the go. Although I'm not sure how it is going to hold up in comparison to today's titles, it will be a very nice nostalgic trip to take. Sonic the Hedgehog 4 Episode 2 has been officially revealed. An interview was made available on GameSpot.com, and you can of course go ahead and take a look at that. Now, this new iteration of the series is going to feature the very popular character Tails, so for all of you Sonic the Hedgehog fans, there's another title to look forward to next year. It does appear like the UK's Ministry of Defence is not too happy with the current state of their war game simulators, and they will be looking to modern day games like Call of Duty and Battlefield to help increase the realism of their simulators. Yes, that is correct. It has been stated by the UK's Ministry of Defence that what they're currently working with, the current simulator that they have active, is known as the Virtual Battlespace 2, is quite a bit outdated. They will be making changes over the coming months, and again, they will be looking to games like Battlefield and Call of Duty to help increase the realism in their simulators. It has been stated that these are of course going to be very important for the soldiers when it comes to having some sort of an idea as to what to expect in combat and preparing people for it. There's only so much you can do before actually getting into real combat, of course, but using things like these virtual simulators and their trainers are important to the Ministry of Defense, and they want to make sure that they are as realistic as possible. So with that, they will of course be looking to the games that they deem the most realistic that are currently available on the market. I did also want to make mention of the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning Destiny cards that are available for view on their Facebook fan page. Now you get to take a look at these Destiny cards, and what Destiny cards will be in the game are essentially class specializations. You get to specialize using these Destiny cards if you want to be kind of a rogue type character, or an archer, or a fire mage, or an ice mage, or a barbarian, or all sorts of things. That's where these Destiny cards are going to come into play. So if you're excited about the upcoming game Reckoning, then you want to take a look at these just to get yourself a little more amped up. And then lastly in news, I did want to talk about SOPA. We of course all know about SOPA, the Stop Online Piracy Act. It's been talked about on this channel and across the internet for quite a while now. The idea of stopping online piracy is of course a good thing, but effectively SOPA in its current iteration would also allow the US government to censor websites at their own discretion, and that is a bad thing. This would also put certain individuals out of their business of producing online content. I'm not sure how much it is actually going to directly affect YouTube game producers, because the game companies actually want us producing content on their games. But there could definitely be issues with certain companies, and it could limit the amount of content that we're available to produce for you. But the reason I am mentioning this is because the hacking conglomerate known as Anonymous is also upset with SOPA, specifically upset with Sony and their associates. They have made a threatening video stating that they are going to hack the Sony empire and try to bring it down from the inside. Now my question to you guys is, this type of publicity, this type of act, obviously this video is going to get huge and everyone's going to know about it, at least people in certain aspects and certain corners of the internet who follow these types of things. But is this kind of setting a bad example? That's my question for you. Do you support Anonymous in their threat to Sony Entertainment and their associates, stating that they're going to hack their systems and basically cause whole bunches of issues for them? Does this really affect the company itself, or maybe more specifically, does it affect the individuals whose information may get leaked through any of these hacks? If they are going to hack accounts and take a look at maybe everyone in the PlayStation network and then just release their information across the internet, stuff like that's frustrating, and obviously it's bad for the company, but it also kind of gives us a bad rep. I mean, we're going to take a look at the people who are going to actually play a role as to whether or not this SOPA Act passes. And the truth is, a lot of them don't really know a lot about the internet other than the fact that it's a series of tubes. But I mean, this type of thing does make the online community look kind of bad, specifically the anonymous hackers. And would this be enough of a reason for them to pass the bill out of spite? I don't know that I necessarily think that that is the case, but I would like to know what you guys think. Do you support Anonymous and their threat to Sony and associates? And that is going to do it, guys, for this episode of the Force Feed. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned next Tuesday for another episode. Yes, Tuesday, not Monday. I am in the process of a big move this weekend. I don't believe I'll have internet up until about Tuesday. Hopefully no later, though, because if I have to go too long without the internet and without making videos for you guys, I will be a lost soul. Thanks, guys, so much for watching. As always, if you like the content, please subscribe. Once again, this has been Force, and you've just been force-fed.